we'll open up with a statement from Coach on how she feels going into the 2025 season.
Yeah, super excited to have everyone back on campus. We got a lot of new athletes in this fall, so first week is always exciting to see everyone get to campus, see them go through team camp, and just get excited for where we can go as a team for the season ahead.
So for all of you, no matter how many times you've done this, does the anticipation for a new season ever really change?
No, like honestly, every year I've had as a athlete and a coach, it's always kind of that first week of school excitement of, there's new people coming in, but you're not quite sure how it's all going to look together and who's going to step up into leadership roles. You recruit people that you think are going to be a good fit, good personalities, great athletes, but there's just kind of that excitement of seeing it all kind of come together that first week.
And Ben, for you, like you spent your time on campus this summer, part of the Colton CASA, work in the powerhouse. Can you talk about what that experience is like and being able to, I guess, take advantage of that scholarship to continue to train and be a student?
Yeah, that was it's an amazing program. I knew Colton personally. He was my class, and we both studied mechanical engineering. Great person, just embodied what it meant to be a Ram and a student athlete. I'm honored to be a part of it, and it's really helpful because having an internship over the summer, a lot of times they're not paid, and having those resources to help out when you're also trying to train and work is super helpful. And for me, as an engineer, it's just connections are so important with getting jobs, and it's really provided valuable experience. And I've met a lot of good people through the program.
Can you put into words what the powerhouse, what that building's actually like for those who have never been in there and everything that's in there?
It's incredible. It's really special. It's got a cool story. It used to be an old coal power plant, and they turned it into a renewable energy research facility, and they've expanded it. And there's probably at least 24 labs in there that do research, everything from defense, robotics, clean energy, natural gas, biofuels. What I do is carbon capture and biofuels and stuff like that. So there's a lot of cool research coming out of there.
For you, Kenya, it's just you've been the culture of this program. Mm-hmm. It changes, I suppose, as new people come in and out. But what are the pillars that you've been proud of that have existed for this, that have kept this program successful?
Yeah, for sure. The team has definitely evolved over the years. We've seen a lot of culture change, but over this past summer, a lot of the upperclassmen got together and was like, let's pinpoint what we want to do better and what we want to keep with our culture. A big one for us is a we, not a me mindset. So making sure that we're working towards the same goals and we're working together and not just own personal success. So I think the we mindset is the biggest part of our culture and being selfless.
The Laramie invite meeting here coming up kind of feels like a benchmark where there's not a lot of expectations. What do you guys feel? Do you feel like there are expectations, and what are they for that invite?
I feel like right now, especially on the guys' side and the women's side, there's a very young team, and we try to always, in the past, we've approached that meet. It's really kind of a dual meet between us and Wyoming, and we never want to lose to Wyoming. So the goal is always to beat them, but at the same token, it's definitely, we call it a rust buster meet, and you try to take the good from it, and not hold on to the bad if it's a bad day. But for us, I think it's a big day to see who can step up. Having such a young team, we don't really know what people are capable quite yet, and I think it's a good day to see just where everyone's at.
How important is it to kind of install the mentality that it's not just about personal achievement when you're out there on the course, it's about the combined score of the team, and even if you're not the best athlete out there on the course, you're still contributing to your team.
Yeah, that's so important. That's like why I love cross country so much is you can be individually so fit, but it doesn't really mean much if you don't have a good group of guys and girls around you working together. And the most fun I've had with the sport is days when everyone has an okay day or a good day rather than a few having a good day.
As both are now kind of upperclassmen emerging as leaders, how do you guys see yourselves fitting in as, or what role do you guys see yourself as now?
Yeah, I think it's come more naturally for our group. Our first year, we had a lot of upperclassmen. They took over our first year we got here. We've slowly transitioned into becoming those leaders and taking on all those roles, and I think it's become just kind of natural for us as we've like learned from everyone before us. On the girls' side, it's a little bit more since we have so many freshmen coming in, but I think we have a strong bond, us upperclassmen, and it's going to work out itself.
Coach, for you, obviously some big senior leaders departing on both sides. How have you seen the team kind of stepping up and fill those vacancies, and how do you as a coach kind of play a role without, putting your hands too much on things?
Yeah, absolutely. Because what you said is the biggest part is we want to be supporters, but ultimately want the leadership to come from within the team. That's what makes the most successful teams. The years we've won a lot as a team is just incredible leadership within the team. So we want to be able to take a back seat and kind of consult with them, but let them be the big leaders. But with the women's team, Kenya and many of the other upperclassmen also down this summer, then they came in and met with me and said, hey, here's what we set down as a team. These are the things that we think are our team values. What do you think? Like, how does this compare? Is this going to help us get where we want to? And to me, that was just so they're all thinking about this all summer, and it's such a priority for them. And what I admire about the women's leadership style has been just a collaborative effort. No one cares about being the person in charge or being the main voice being heard. It's just they all care about the team and want the team to be successful, so they're all finding different ways to lead. Some of them are more loud, rah-rah people, and others are they notice the athlete who needs a quieter conversation on the side, and they all find different gaps to lead, which has been cool. And very similar on the men's side. Yeah, we graduating Lars, graduating Michael, people who've been in our program for so many years, and was great. These guys were already, before those guys even left, they were just picking their brains on how are you a good leader, what does that look like, and the men's team has just a great culture of having team meetings on their own and taking a lot of ownership where if there's a problem within the team, they're going to go address it together before I maybe even know what's going on. So just proud of how they've both been really good observers over the past couple of years, and now it's just really natural for them to just kind of follow in the footsteps of athletes before they really respect.
Yeah. And I'll open this one up to everybody. You brought up the we over me kind of mentality. How does that play out in a sport that people probably think is more individual than team-oriented at times?
Yeah, I mean, people don't really understand how scoring works through cross country, but I mean, you're only as best as your fifth runner. So being in a pack throughout the entire race and working together as a team is what's going to get us to nationals, which is our overall end goal. So you have to work together. If you win the race and the rest of your team's the very back, it does absolutely really nothing for us in the long term. So it's definitely the we over me.
Yeah, I've seen the most success in years that we practice like we race. So we have packs racing together. We're spending time with each other outside of practice. We're just working together as a team in practice, and it makes it that much easier to recreate that in a race day. Like last year when we got second at conference, that was all pack mentality racing. Our whole top 7 went out together, and although we don't all cross the finish line together, we're pushing each other, the fastest guys, as far as we can, being that 5th, 6th runner.
Yeah, it's such a painful sport, and your perception of how hard you can push will always be less than what you really can do. And so the only way you kind of get past that is if you have teammates with you, and you're kind of dumb sometimes. You're just I have to stick with my teammates, and you're able to override what your mind is telling you in terms of when you should slow down. That's when we've seen some really special days from both these athletes and from the teams. It's been just committing to going with teammates and making those unselfish decisions.
It sounds like Michael can't get enough of Colorado State. So what's it like to have someone you were just coaching a year ago now on the staff, kind of helping out the team?
Yeah, it's been great to have him on the coaching staff. A couple years ago, he said, interested in getting coaching, want to learn as much as I can, and it's been fun to be able to mentor him while he was still an athlete, and then now to have him on the staff. And when I first got into coaching, very similar, it helped a lot. I was working with my college coach, so I kind of know what the dynamic looked like with us, and now to help him step up. But he just loves the team, loves the sport, wants to help in any way he can, so it's cool to see it be now in a different way besides, in cross-country being a scorer for us.
Awesome. Anybody else? Great.
You mentioned not wanting to, lose up in Wyoming. I guess just what does that rivalry mean to you guys individually?
Yeah, it's pretty important. We've lost them the past 2 years, 2 or 3 years, and I know we don't want that to happen again. And being so close to them, this being our conference, we know a lot of the guys in Wyoming. We're good friends with them, so it's nothing bad like that. But it's just we want to be able to go up there, race on their course, and win. Because if we can beat them there, then we can beat them at conference.
Awesome. Thank you. So thanks everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.